At 3:11 hours, every major telescope confirmed the impossible. Jupiter is staring at Earth, the great red spot.
We are raised on a comforting, necessary lie, whispered to us by grade school textbooks and brightly colored planetary models, the lie that we are safe. They pointed to the largest planet in our solar system and called it our big brother. They called Jupiter the cosmic vacuum cleaner, a benevolent giant that selflessly uses its massive gravitational pull to suck up dangerous asteroids and comets, taking the cosmic bullet so that Earth might live. It is a beautiful, reassuring narrative. But as modern astrophysics peels back the layers of the void, a much darker, far more terrifying truth has emerged. Jupiter does not love us. Jupiter does not know we exist. It is not protecting us out of some celestial kindness. We are merely surviving because we happen to sit in a fragile, temporary mathematical blind spot created by a monster. The truth is that the Earth is not a free, independent world. The entire solar system is a playground, a gravitational web woven by a singular, dominant entity. Jupiter outweighs every other planet, moon, and asteroid combined, twice over. Its gravity extends like invisible strings through the chasm of space, wrapping around the Earth, Mars, and the asteroid belt. We are not explorers standing on the shore of a vast ocean. We are puppets, and Jupiter is the puppet master. Every orbit, every tide, every rock that flies through the inner solar system is dictated by the dispassionate tug of this gas giant. It keeps us alive only because our current orbital mechanics align with its whims. But it is a delicate balance, and Jupiter is a chaotic, unfeeling ruler that holds the power to unmake our world at any given moment. Today, we are going to strip away the romanticized image of the striped, swirling planet. We will descend past the beautiful clouds and plunge into the voidness of its core to understand exactly why the true horror of the cosmos isn't out there in the distant galaxies. The horror is right here in our own backyard, pulling the strings in the dark. To understand the puppet master, we must first abandon the safety of our telescopes and plunge into its physical form. From a distance, Jupiter is a painting of cream, orange, and rust. It is a swirling tapestry of storms that look almost peaceful, almost hypnotic. But that beauty is a predatory lure. If you were to drop into those clouds, the illusion of peace would be shattered in milliseconds by the sheer apathetic violence of its atmosphere. You fall past the high-altitude cirrus clouds of ammonia ice, plunging into the troposphere. The sunlight, the warm, comforting glow of our star, is quickly swallowed by an impenetrable, churning darkness. This is not weather as we understand it on Earth. It is chaos on a scale that defies the architecture of the human mind. The winds here shriek at over 600 kilometers per hour. These are not breezes. They are walls of dense, toxic gas moving faster than the speed of sound, screaming through the dark. But the violent storms of the upper atmosphere are merely the skin of the beast. The true terror of Jupiter lies in what hides beneath. As you descend further into the chasm of gas, you wait for the impact. You wait for the ground. But there is no surface to break your fall. There is no solid crust, no definitive boundary between the sky and the dirt. There is no crash, no sudden end to the nightmare. There is only an endless, sinking journey into the voidness of the planet's interior. We are creatures of the surface. We expect planets to have a foundation, a logical bedrock. But Jupiter denies us this fundamental comfort. As you sink for tens of thousands of kilometers, the atmosphere grows thicker, heavier, and darker. The temperature rises to thousands of degrees, and the pressure transforms into a physical, crushing entity. The gas transitions seamlessly into a supercritical fluid, a bizarre, stoic state of matter that is neither liquid nor gas, but a suffocating, inescapable blend of both. You are being swallowed by an entity that does not chew, but simply crushes. And at the very center of this suffocating descent, hidden 70,000 kilometers beneath the swirling storm clouds, lies a secret so disturbing it has rewritten our understanding of planetary physics. The puppet master holds a dark, violent past in its heart, a testament to the brutal, dispassionate laws of the early cosmos. For decades, the high priests of astronomy clung to a comforting assumption. At the very center of Jupiter's crushing pressure, there must be a solid, rocky core, a dense, logical sphere of iron and silicate, perhaps 10 times the mass of the Earth, acting as the anchor for the immense gas giant. It was a neat, orderly theory that fit perfectly into our models of how planets form. But the universe does not care about our neat models. When NASA's Juno spacecraft arrived in 2016, it began mapping the gravitational field of Jupiter, peering deep into the voidness beneath the clouds. The data it beamed back across the chasm of space was not a confirmation. It was a revelation of cosmic horror. Juno discovered that Jupiter does not have a solid, distinct core. Instead, it has a fuzzy core. Deep within the planet, there is no sharp boundary where the crushing fluids end and the rock begins. Instead, the heavy elements, the rock, the ice, the metals, are dissolved and mixed into a massive apathetic slurry that spans nearly half of the planet's diameter. It is a dense, boiling soup of matter, suspended in a state of indefinite decay. Why is the core fuzzy? What forces could take the solid heart of a planet and dissolve it into a nebulous, suspended sludge? The leading theory proposed by astrophysicists is not a story of gradual erosion. It is a story of extreme, localized violence. Billions of years ago, when the solar system was a chaotic, swirling disk of dust and young worlds, Jupiter was not alone. Another planet, a massive super-Earth, roughly 10 times the mass of our own world, was forming in the same chaotic neighborhood. But the puppet master's gravity is a jealous, dispassionate force. It pulled this young world inward, altering its trajectory until it was locked on a collision course. The impact was apocalyptic. The super-Earth did not just strike Jupiter. It shattered against the immense density of the gas giant's atmosphere, plunging straight into its heart like a bullet fired into a body of water. But Jupiter did not shatter. It absorbed the blow. It did not merely destroy the wandering planet. It consumed it. It digested the rocky core of the super-Earth, the immense heat and pressure melting the solid rock and mixing it permanently into its own interior. The fuzzy core we see today is a cosmic graveyard. It is the partially digested remains of a world that never got the chance to live. When we look deep into the heart of Jupiter, we are not looking at the foundation of a planet. We are looking at a tomb. We are looking at the swirling, dissolved remnants of a world that the puppet master ate alive, a chilling reminder that in the stoic arena of the solar system, Jupiter is a predator that absorbs anything foolish enough to challenge its reign. Before you can even reach the dissolved, ghostly remnants of the fuzzy core, you must cross a barrier that is perhaps the most terrifying environment in the known universe. It is an ocean that occupies nearly 78% of Jupiter's volume, a massive churning sea that is entirely alien to human experience. But this ocean is not made of water. It is made of hydrogen. Here, deep within the chasm of the gas giant, the physics of our world completely breaks down. On Earth, hydrogen is the lightest of all gases, a colorless, odorless element that floats effortlessly into the sky. But under the monstrous, dispassionate weight of Jupiter's atmosphere, where the pressure is tens of millions of times greater than at sea level on Earth, hydrogen undergoes a horrifying transformation. The pressure is so extreme that the very atoms are crushed. The electrons are squeezed out of their atomic orbits, stripped away from their nuclei, and allowed to flow freely. The gas is forced into a state of matter that is the stuff of science fiction nightmares. Liquid metallic hydrogen. It is a liquid that behaves like a molten metal. It conducts electricity perfectly, and it is unimaginably hot, reaching temperatures that rival the surface of our sun. Imagine, if your sanity can withstand it, being submerged in this environment. It is an ocean tens of thousands of kilometers deep, absolutely lightless, yet glowing with a dull, internal, apathetic heat. You cannot swim in it. You cannot float. You are trapped in a dense, searing metallic fluid that crushes your physical form into atomic dust in a fraction of a millisecond. But the true horror of the liquid metallic hydrogen sea is not its heat or its pressure. It is what this ocean creates. Because this metallic fluid is constantly churning, driven by the planet's rapid rotation and the intense heat rising from the fuzzy core below, it acts as a gargantuan dynamo. It generates Jupiter's magnetic field, a force so colossal, so overwhelmingly powerful, that if it were visible to the naked eye from Earth, it would appear larger than the full moon in our night sky. This magnetic field is roughly 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. It extends millions of kilometers out into the voidness, reaching almost to the orbit of Saturn. It is the largest single structure in the solar system, and it is a killing field. The liquid metallic hydrogen ocean powers a magnetic trap that catches high-energy particles from the solar wind and accelerates them to near light speed. It creates radiation belts so intense that any unprotected human passing through them would not be killed in hours or days, but in minutes. It is a field that fries the electronics of our most heavily armored spacecraft, a stoic reminder that Jupiter's ocean does not just crush matter. It radiates an invisible, lethal energy that sterilizes the space around it for millions of miles. If you find yourself in the liquid metallic hydrogen sea, you are not merely in an ocean. You are locked inside the roaring magnetic heart of a cosmic assassin. Let us return to the comforting myth of the vacuum cleaner. The story that Jupiter's immense gravity acts as a shield, drawing in dangerous comets and asteroids that might otherwise strike the Earth. It is a story designed to make us feel protected in a void that is fundamentally hostile. We point to the spectacular impact of Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 in 1994, watching in awe as the gas giant absorbed a series of explosions, each equivalent to millions of nuclear bombs, and we whisper our thanks. But the Puppet Master's game is far more complex and infinitely more sinister. Modern supercomputer simulations, running the brutal, dispassionate calculus of orbital mechanics, have revealed the flaw in our bedtime story. Yes, Jupiter absorbs many rogue objects, but its massive gravitational well is not just a sinkhole, it is a chaotic engine. For every comet it swallows, it violently alters the trajectory of countless others. As objects drift inward from the Oort cloud or the Kuiper belt, they encounter the outer edges of Jupiter's gravitational reach. The giant's pull is so strong that it does not always capture them. Instead, it bends their paths, acting like a cosmic slingshot. It accelerates these icy wanderers, changing their slow, predictable orbits into highly elliptical, erratic trajectories. It takes harmless debris from the deep chasm of the outer solar system and hurls them inward, directly toward the fragile inner planets. Toward us. Jupiter is not just a shield, it is a sniper. Furthermore, Jupiter does not just fling rocks, it hoards them. Leading and trailing the gas giant in its orbit are two massive armies of asteroids known as the Trojans. There are millions of them, locked in the gravitationally stable Lagrange points, pacing Jupiter like a stoic, silent vanguard. Jupiter has captured this debris, refusing to let it form into planets, holding onto a vast arsenal of raw, destructive material. We owe our existence to a delicate, terrifying balance. We are thankful that the Puppet Master cleared enough debris from the early solar system to allow the Earth to form in peace. But we must never forget that the same invisible strings that brought order to our neighborhood also hold the power of our extinction. Jupiter gave us the space to live, but its gravitational whims are apathetic to our continued survival. It is fully capable of capturing a stray rock from the deep voidness, giving it a lethal gravitational kick, and sending it on a collision course with our fragile blue world. The Puppet Master protects us only as long as the mathematics dictate it. The moment those equations change, the vacuum cleaner will not hesitate to pull the trigger. If gazing into the abyss of the Puppet Master has changed how you look at the night sky, leave a like on this video. It tells the algorithm to share this dark truth with other wandering minds. But I want to know your thoughts. Tell me in the comments. After knowing what lurks beneath those clouds, what terrifies you more? The idea that we are completely alone in the dark, or the idea that we are not? If you are brave enough to continue exploring the terrifying realities of our universe, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. The cosmos is vast, it is unforgiving, and our journey into the void has only just begun. I'll see you in the dark.